Well, I was giving that deal with the emotions. Like, man, you got the deal. It looked like you were maybe a little worried, but you got it done. So what's the feeling right now?
It's just a surreal feeling, just a feeling of relief. You know, like I wanted to be here. I saw myself standing here, getting that contract, getting the win, and but you never know in the fight game. So it worked out in our favor, how we thought it would. So it's just like, yes, now what's next?
As the fight's unfolding, I mean, obviously your coach is famous for his intensity, but I mean, he's yelling at you just like, do not wrestle at any cost. I mean, are you hearing what he's saying? And I mean, did you agree with what he was saying? I mean, how was that playing into how you were fighting?
100%. I heard him, and I know, like in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, you better start listening. You're gonna get in trouble for this. But in the cage, time moves by a lot slower. So 1 minute on the ground for me, of him yelling seems like 20 seconds. I'm like, okay, I'm on my way up. And also my groin was a little bit, I could feel it, so I didn't want to stand up and stuff and like tweak it, so I was kind of working my way up. But yeah, I just love his energy. I don't think there's a coach in the world that people are like, oh, he just yells and stuff, but it's really just he's giving us his full energy. He's giving us all of him. And so I just appreciate that so much, and I hear him in the corner, and I try to listen to the best I can. I've always been a little hard-headed, though.
With him saying that, with those tactics, I mean, was that based on the game plan for the opponent or the game plan because it's Dana White's Contender Series?
A little bit of both. He has a 100% finish rate on the ground, so we knew that. But also Dana White's Contender Series, you know, we want to bring an exciting fight. But I felt comfortable. I didn't like, he was yelling, and I know he's a little worried about anything could happen, submissions or whatever. But I didn't feel like he was going to catch me with anything. I felt like I was hitting him with some really hard shots on the ground, some elbows, some hammer fists and stuff. So I was comfortable enough that I was working my way up slow. And once I got up, I knew I was going to bomb on him again. So yeah, I take it all with a grain of salt, pretty much.
Nice. Last thing for me, what's the plan now? I mean, this was the goal, and you got it done. But now, I mean, are you eyeing a date, an opponent? I mean, what would be ideal for you to make your UFC debut?
I want to heal this growing up a little bit, but I mean, I'm ready for whatever they got lined up for me, whoever it is. You know, I know that there's a lot of five-headed monsters on the other side, so it's like, you're here, like we made it, but did you really? Because now the journey really begins. So I'm just ready to kick up the level, kick up the notch in the practice room and everywhere, and like, let's go. The journey starts now.
There were a lot of moments in that fight where I said, it's over. Miles just hit him with, and he just kept coming. You hit him so hard, you hit him with shots that would have put most guys away.
Yeah.
What is your thought process? Does it frustrate you? Do you have to remind yourself just to stay calm and
Huge respect for him. I'm so glad that he did fight like that, because I needed an opponent to fight like that, to put on a fight like that. There was times in the fight that I thought it was over as well. I rocked him, and he dropped, and I was going for the guillotines, and I thought I had him tight. I was going for the darces, and he was good at scrambling out. So I thought I was going to put him away, but he just kept fighting and fighting, and I think that makes for a great fight, and I think that's one of the reasons I have the contract now.
Yeah, from my vantage point, of course, you were in there, I wasn't. It looked like a lot of his striking with the hands was strictly for range finding, so that he could try to grab you. And it looks like he didn't hit you. What did you feel about his striking when you were in there? Did you get touched at all?
I don't remember getting hit very much. I got the eye poke in the beginning. My eyes a little red from that, but I felt very comfortable on the feet. He was pressing forward a lot, so it was kind of hard to like keep him off, and not because he was pressing forward so much. The takedown was right there. That also made it easier to just go under him and be right there. But a lot of respect for him. He was just moving forward and taking those shots. So yeah, that's pretty much it with that.
Yeah, and the striking, I mean, your accuracy was definitely the X factor in that part of the.
Yeah, I felt like when I saw a combo, or when I wanted to throw a certain combo and hit him with something, I definitely was able to. And listening to my coach with the 1-1-2 and the 3, every time I did throw it, I felt like I was tagging him with it. So I felt like our striking was definitely superior tonight.
Miles, you talked about during your post-fight interview about the groin injury. I'm sure a lot of us didn't know about that. Can you talk about how that impacts the fight, or what you might have wanted to do differently had you not been injured?
I think it would have been easier to circle. He was coming forward a lot, and I mean, circling this way is exactly what tweaks it. So it would have been easier to circle and keep him off and keep working my hands. But because of that, I wasn't able to move as much. It was just a little bit easier to take him down. That injury happened in the camp, and it was pretty severe at the time. I couldn't even like pick my leg up and stuff. So I'd really say this fight camp was just a mental battle to get to the fight. I mean, I have a great team, Dr. Mann and Coach Mike at Extreme Studio Performance. Like, they've just been working with me and getting this up to being able to get me here, and I'm just so grateful for them. This whole camp has pretty much just been recovering this and getting to the fight. So that type of camp grows a fighter and matures you. So I'm happy for it, and I know that once I'm fully healed, that I'll be better than ever. So.
What point of the fight did you feel about?
It was in the second round. Yeah, just in a scramble, and just pressing off this front leg. It just felt it, boom, again, just like how it happened. And I mean, you think about it a little bit, but at the same time, it's just like we gotta get through this fight. We gotta do what we gotta do. So.
How much time do you think you need to take off to get fully healed?
Well, with my team, I think we'll get right back on the rehab, and I think I'll be training pretty well in 4 weeks. And I mean, I could probably fight in 2 months, you know. So they really get on it. I'm so grateful to have them in my corner. So we'll see what they say. I think I'm gonna get an MRI on it and go from there.
Cool, good. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you guys.